Hello everybody, welcome back to another figure review. My name is Matthew, and as you can see, my room looks a little bit different. More precisely, my room's going through some little renovations, and I decided to start showing my shelf again because, I want to give you guys a little sneak peek of the collection of what it looks like before the collection video, so you can kind of see the whole thing. Not really, I'm kind of blocking a bit of it, and there's some figures that can't really see, but for the most part, it's quite different. But yeah, basically everything's going under renovations. I got a new bed. This part is completely empty. I just got a little end table, maybe a few stuff here and there. But the floor is kind of a mess right now, so I still have to, do my renovations. But for the most part, since it's just an upward angle, you're not really seeing all the stuff I have on the floor, which is not really what we're here to talk about. What we are here to talk about is one of the best scores, I think, of my entire collecting, would I really call it a career? I mean, you could call it a career. Collecting phase, I guess, because one day I'm probably going to stop collecting, is this. The American Greetings, what's the name? Heirloom? Heirloom? Heirloom. I'm just going to say American Greetings. The American Greetings Burning Godzilla Ornament. Sorry if you hear noise in the background. But basically, this guy is quite rare nowadays, apparently. I think that, let's just go over the sculpt and paint. Sculpt and paint is just gorgeous on this guy. For an ornament, I was expecting a lot worse, but no. This is one of the best looking Godzilla figures I think I have in my entire collection. And I can say that with confidence. The body is molded in a beautiful plastic, which I love. And the dorsal fins, not counting this one anyway, are all translucent. And it looks really nice. And it just looks so fiery and so red. Or I guess orange in this case. The orange patches are also translucent, which gives a really nice fiery look, but you can kind of get to here and they're kind of painted, like the top dorsal fin, which we'll get into why that is in a sec. The tail does not have any white on it, but it does have some nice gray paint applications, just like the rest of the tail, and this is also one beefy tail. Did the Heisei Godzilla have a beefy tail like this? I think it did. The teeth paint are really well done, even though they're just strips. The strips are probably applied better than 90 to 95% of the Playmates figures nowadays. So I'll give it that. The eyes are painted really well too. Really nice looking. I would have liked to see some more red, but honestly, this thing is wholly bonkers as it is. The one thing that they did kind of skip out on, unfortunately, is the tongue. Because I don't imagine them going to paint the tongue. I mean, you could probably just take a bit of a tiny marker and just draw on it or something. I don't know why you do that, but claw paint's looking pretty good too. Although you can't really see it because he's clenching his fist and going inwards. But you can't see the feet really well, and these are some nice looking painted feet. Look at those, and he's actually standing on a city, which is really cool. There's some buildings he's stepping on, lots of buildings to the back where his left foot is. No, that's his right foot. No, I was looking at the camera when I was saying that. But it says Godzilla, and a building that says Godzilla. Maybe this is the Godzilla Corporation. I mean, there's the Mecha Godzilla Company. If you remember the American release of the Godzilla vs. Mecha Godzilla in 1974, I think. Or is that Terra Mecha Godzilla? I don't know. It was one of the two. And yeah, that kind of wraps up Sculpt and Paint. It just looks really nice. I would definitely worry about this, though, because as you can kind of see, hold on. It's actually pretty flimsy. Yeah, now you can kind of see it. It's definitely pretty flimsy. I'm putting barely any effort just shaking it. So I imagine that if one day you drop this, say, off the tree, that it'll just snap right off. But it does appear to have somewhat of a secure connection to the feet. This is the foot, by the way. This whole gray thing is the building part. But yeah, that kind of wraps up Sculpt and Paint. There's no articulation to this, which I wouldn't imagine there being, because there is electronics inside. Did I say electronics? You bet I did, because if you press this top dorsal fin, actually, I'm gonna turn off the lights. Well, actually, first, with the lights on, you can actually get lights and sounds, which this top dorsal fin is painted differently because it's a button, and if you press it, that is amazing. That actually kind of caught me off guard because I didn't actually realize that this guy had lights and sounds. I thought it was just a standard put on your tree ornament. But no, this thing has lights and sounds. I forget that they sometimes do this. So yeah, that's the in the day, and then during the I guess during the night or the dark. Okay, so I can't get it to be completely pitch black unless if I had the power to move the sun and the moon, like a certain character from the Owl House. But you can actually see it really well in the dark. So that is amazing. And now, I just also want to say one more thing about the light up thing. It doesn't really seem like you can see it like through the back spines, which I thought you really could have, but I mean, it's alright. The front is where the main show is going to be, not from the back. Although Godzilla kind of has those back shots. You remember the 2014 poster? The one where he's like strolling through San Francisco and like destroying the crud out of it? And he's just showing his back. That's really cool. But yeah, there's really not much else to say. For size comparisons, here's actually a very special one. The Gashapon, which I have the two red ones. We're gonna go over the red one here because this is like as you can see, is like double the height. Which here he is compared to the orange one. And when I initially saw this, I thought that what I was getting was something like this, just with, you know, something similar to this. These two are not similar. The only thing they share in common is that they're burning Godzilla. Literally, that's it. This thing is double the height, and it also has the sound effect, etc. So that's like what caught me off guard the most about this little guy. And another size comparison is the Vidimates, which they're about the same height. Hold on. He's a little taller. He's a tad bit taller, but he's way cheaper. I think he's like $10, $20 if you get the bundle with Rodan 1993. So definitely a good price for this thing, though. I think it's about like 20, 30 bucks. So that's all I really have to say about this guy. He's fairly simplistic. Well, not really simplistic. He's actually very complex, and I love it. So much detail, so much sculpt, an amazing gimmick, and the fact that he's an ornament, you know, I would think that they would just make some sort of plastic little Godzilla like this, put a screw in its head, and just put it on a Christmas tree and then call that a day. But they went the extra mile. They gave this guy a certain personality to it. Deep detail, deep sculpt. It is beautiful. I highly recommend tracking this guy down. And, you know, for 20, 30 bucks, this guy surely worth it. I mean, it's not like that he goes for a lot nowadays, right? Look on Amazon. Look at the fancy prices that they have. Okay, I stand corrected. Don't get this guy on Amazon. I honestly am kind of baffled that they would sell this thing for this price, because I literally got this guy, working gimmick, no scuffs, literally mint detail, and the box, and it's clamshell for $5. $5, okay? If people are willing to sell for that, just find someone who's willing to sell theirs for that cheap. because you're a legend if you do, so... Or at least just go to the retail price at most. This thing is not even worth $100. I don't care if this guy was in 2010 or not. It's an ornament. It is literally just an ornament of Godzilla, burning Godzilla, with lights and sounds. This is cool, yes. It's fancy, yes. But let me ask you this. Is something that you're probably just going to either put on your shelf with the rest of your figures, and or something you're just going to put on your tree for one time of the year, Christmas, and put it in storage again. Don't worry, I didn't drop it on the floor. Otherwise, that would have been a catastrophe. It's not worth that price. Just find a place where you can find this guy for a decent price, and you'll walk away home happy. I got this guy for less than retail, $5, used, but still in beautiful condition, box and all. Literally no problems that I'm seeing. Totally happy. I'm probably going to rate this guy like 8, 9 out of 10. I think the tongue is a bit of a letdown, and I would have liked to seen some more red eyes, but aside from that, it's an ornament. You put this on your tree, but good luck trying to put this on your tree. This is actually a very hefty ornament. Hold on. If I were this is actually much heavier than your standard ball-shaped ornament that you get from the dollar store or something as a last-minute Christmas decoration. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, definitely subscribe to the channel because I'm going to do more reviews probably in this format, at least maybe for the time being, unless I go back to the standard just hands thing. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later next time. Peace out, everyone.